Welcome back to another episode of Big Al Speaks. It's your host, Big Al, with special guest, Courtney Lotz.
Hey y'all, what's up? I'm back.
She's back again. I told you she's coming back. I told you. How you doing?
I'm good. I can't complain. It's been a little gloomy outside, honestly.
It has.
This weather been weird. But on the way here, the sun was shining. I'm like, okay, sun, you better come out. So I knew that was a good sign. We're gonna have a good episode today. How you been?
I've been all right. How was your Christmas and New Year's?
Yeah, Christmas, it was fun. Like the family was in town. It was a long week, but it was one of them things where it flew by fast. Like afterwards, I'm like, oh dang, I miss my family. And then New Year's was good too. I was at church, so that was good.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah, what about yours?
I had a good Christmas. That was church, right?
Yeah, we was at church for Christmas too. Christmas Day.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Went to church. Came home. What I do? Oh, I went to my grandparents' house.
Yeah.
It was just me though. I'm gonna take them some food because apparently they hadn't eaten all day.
Yeah.
And I spent a couple hours with them. I had to help my grandmother fix her computer and stuff up. Because I've been talking with her the past like 2 months about because she had to send it out to get it fixed, and then she just had to get a new one.
Yeah.
Well, she didn't pay for the new one. She had put in a claim that if they don't fix her stuff within a certain point, they get. I don't know what computer store she went to.
But never mind.
Yeah, I don't even remember the full story because it's been so long. But I had to set everything back up. Get her Google accounts and stuff. And, trying to put old people hip to regular stuff. That's just regular to us. Just signing in to your Gmail, signing in to your just everything.
Yeah, that's the basics.
That's the basics. And to her, that's just I don't even know. Einstein, just mathematics. I'm like, what do you need? And that's why I said the same thing. I'm like, what do you need a computer for? What are you really doing?
She said, look, you don't know what I got going on. But I need you to help me set this stuff up.
No, and I was like, what do you do on here? What do you really do? You don't watch YouTube videos.
That's what I'm thinking.
I don't know, but I still got to go back because the printer isn't right. So I got to fix the printer. And it's one of them new printers that have its own Wi-Fi and all that stuff. And I'm not used to that because I just don't like printers anyway. I go to the library, me personally. I'll pay the 50 cents.
Yeah, no, I definitely feel that. I like the ones where it doesn't have its own. I think my grandpa's might have its own Wi-Fi, but I have to be connected to the Wi-Fi, like the personal Wi-Fi, to make sure that it prints, it connects via Blue. I don't know, but I don't think it has its own Wi-Fi. I don't know. It's weird.
See, no, I'm going to the library. Yeah. That's why I liked when I went to school. I just used a school printer.
Oh, yeah, I used to love.
And I would because it costs money even over there, 10 cents a page.
You ain't get free. Oh, we did have to pay for that.
Yeah, but I would preload it. I put the money on there. I put $10 on there.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, okay, I'm good for a little while to print out whatever I got to print out, shipping labels, papers, all that. Because I don't fools with printers. I don't fools with printers.
Yeah, I'm used to my grandpa's now. I love going in there. My brother just the other day, he was like, "Can you print this for me?" I'm like, "Yeah." I know how to use it now, but before I used to be confused too. I'm like, "What's going on? What is this?" So yeah.
But that was Christmas and New Year's. Went to church, then had to dip to go back to the grandparents' house. I was over there 4 times that week.
Oh yeah, that holiday times, it was definitely. I was back and forth between really just my grandpa and my grandma.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I was really just going back and forth between the two for New Year's Day. I think I was at home for New Year's Eve. I was supposed to go out, but I'm like, I'm going home. I'm tired.
I feel that.
Yeah, I was exhausted. Because did we dance that day? No, I danced for Christmas Day.
Excuse me.
I didn't dance for New Year's Eve. I was just tired. I don't know why. That was just a long week for some reason. I think I was tired after Christmas, having a family over and stuff.
Well, that's good to hear. I'm gonna let you start it because I really don't have nothing for real.
Oh
I mean, I got some stuff, but okay, let's Well, first thing I want to address, we were looking at the analytics just a couple minutes ago. Why is it 100% female?
Yeah. That's crazy to me.
That's actually crazy. And it's like, we got like stuff from other countries. Like, what was it? Germany? Yeah, I think.
Was that Germany?
I think that was Germany. It was like 11% Germany.
Yeah.
Brazil. And I'm like, why is it all women? Not saying it's a problem. This definitely not saying it's a problem with it. We support gender equality over here.
Right. But hey,
I have a whole female co-host right here.
So, but it's still weird. I'm like, I would think that just because you're a male, that like more men would probably want to like click in and see what you're talking about, though. So that's why I'm like, but I ain't gonna lie, it being single mama tips, I'm sure that's easily like women wanting to click on.
No, because when I posted my stuff on like Instagram and stuff, a lot of like my female classmates I went to school with were interacting with it that never really interacted with my stuff before.
Yeah, that might have been where some of the views came from. A lot of people is pregnant. I'm like,
oh, a lot. My one of my classmates just had a baby like last week.
Yeah,
a lot of them are pregnant. Yeah. And what was I gonna say? And on Facebook, one of those reels got like 1,000 views.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I was talking about it with my friend, I think yesterday. Like, we were on the phone or whatever, and she was like, yeah, I seen it. I had to go and click on it. So, of course, female. I mean, she was one of the people that I know was like, yeah, I had to click on it, but she's a mom, too. She's not a single mom, but she was like, what you was talking about. I'm like, I need to click in. So, it was a good one. It was a good episode.
That was a good one. Yeah. Make sure if you haven't already seen it, go ahead to the previous episode, or if you're on YouTube, the previous video, check it out. Single mama tips. I was gonna like test you, be like, I wanted to see like this title, and it's like, nah, she should be fine. She'll be fine.
That's how I should be fine. We talked about a lot though. That's why I'm like, we talked about more than that. That was really
but that was the more I always try to choose titles that are like clickbaity. But that wasn't really clickbaity. It was something we talked about.
Yeah.
Like, I don't even know what the title is.
Yeah. We'll see. We'll see by the end.
Okay. But no, it was just really interesting to see that demographic change. Because it used to be like 60-40.
Yeah.
And then it must have been just that episode that turned it straight like that. Like I said, I got no problem with it. We pushing the female agenda over here. I don't know.
Hey, this is Black Fire, which I know what I mean. Whatever the one for the females, okay? That's what we always gonna work for my girls. But yeah, that's why I'm like, that being 100%, I'm like, that's crazy. But hey y'all, I'm glad y'all here with us.
I guess maybe that last episode can't really do anything. Maybe it could like open your mind, your perspective up about how women feel.
Yeah.
Like how single mothers feel, I guess. But
true. And hopefully encourage, don't be out here doing too much with the wrong person, then you end up in that situation. So that can be that too. It can help the ones who might be in that situation or lean in towards, let's say, for whatever reason. It could be multiple reasons why people choose not to be with their partners. Or if it wasn't even their partner beforehand. Like, I know I actually wasn't with my child's father. So it's like, I know a couple of people that I've talked to personally that was like, I found out I was pregnant, but I didn't want to be with the person for real. And I'm like, don't force it. Like, I know people who forced it and it didn't work. Mm-hmm. So that can be that too, as a reminder. Like, you can do it by yourself, but make sure. That's what I'm like, even when we was talking about how many people is pregnant now, I'm like, Jesus, help them.
Yes, because a lot of them be posting pictures, just them and the baby. Yeah, man, where's their father at?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I do not recommend.
Is it harder to date now since you are a single mother?
Yeah, it's different. Like, I always have to think about the fact, like, all right, is this somebody who I feel, what's the word?
Can be like a father figure to my child.
Yeah, is this somebody who I think can actually, take on that role? So do I feel like I will say with me too, I will always think like, I don't want to interrupt nobody else's life. But of course, if somebody is like pursuing me or whatever, then I would think that they understand. Like I have a child. Like I would think that they understand. Like, okay. But I've had people that will approach me and then like after like talking or whatever, they'll be like, well, yeah, I'm not ready to be a father. Well, I have a whole child. So it's not that you would be my child's father per se, but of course as a stepfather, if it went to that point, then would you not be ready then?
Right.
So that's why I'm like,
and then it's like you're not hiding anything. Like I'm sure you're upfront. Like,
yeah.
hey, just so you know, I already have a child. So before you even want to continue on, this is what it is.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, that person. I was like, well,
That'd be so dirty. Like you hit that.
Oh yeah.
Like and then you like you go home for the first time. It's like, mommy. It's like, whoa.
Yeah, nah. I definitely think that's weird. Like people who I think they have a child, but their child is like nowhere. I'm like, I hope they be telling people when they be, because I know for a fact you have a child. Your child is nowhere on your social media. That's why I'm like, everybody know I have a child. I post her everywhere, so that would just be obvious. And if I met somebody out in public, which I never have, it's just like that would come up in conversation naturally. So I won't say it's been hard, but it's something that I don't know. My biggest problem for sure was like, yeah, I don't even think I would want you to be like that father figure. Like, I don't see you doing that. It's easy for me to kind of not throw people away. What's the word? Like, that was not a good word. It's easier for me to pick out the bad apples.
Oh, okay.
And be like, nah, this ain't gonna work.
Okay.
I already know that's not gonna be good. So yeah.
So do you think like single fathers and single mothers, are those more compatible because they already have that experience and they already kind of feel you in that way? You think that's a better match than someone who's don't have kids and someone who has kids?
Yeah.
Or I think answering my own question, I think it just depends on the person.
That's what I was just about to say. I'm like, everything is situational with that, for sure. Like, for sure, because I actually have an experience with somebody that have a child. Like, that don't matter because you will find out. You could either deal with somebody that's a good father or, in my case as a woman, you'll turn around and realize, like, hold on, wait. You don't do nothing for your child.
Right.
So I definitely can't expect you to do nothing for mine. You don't do nothing for your own that you already got. So everything with stuff like that is situational for sure. Yeah. It might work better or it might not. Because you just got to see. That's why that dating period is so important for sure, because that gives you that time to see how that person is. Like, is that person like, oh, I'm sorry, I can't do this because I actually got this going on with my child. It's like, okay, like, I see you actually taking the time to do things with your kid. And it's not that, I want you to make time for me, but I actually respect the fact that you couldn't hang out, let's say, for example, because you did have to do whatever, because that's kind of first. So, yeah.
So do you think, like, can you do it anytime? Like, can you date anytime? Or, because right now, how old is your daughter? 2?
2, yeah.
So do you think, like, at a certain age, you're like, okay, maybe I'm able to date now because I don't have to have so much attention on my kid?
Yeah.
Or do you think anyone could do it anytime? Not really. Of course not like with a newborn, but like if they're, I would say like 4 to 5, like if when they go to school, I would say, that's just my opinion, maybe that'd be the better time to date.
Yeah.
But I'm asking you, like, do you think someone could do it sooner?
Yeah.
Or is that situational as well?
I mean, it's situational to an extent. Every time I think about stuff, especially when it comes to that, I think about how Sierra always talks about when Russell came around, Future was like 8 months or something like that. So they had met when the baby was not even 1. And they, of course, got together, stayed together. And she was saying, she was like, we was together so early, like he helped me with this, that, and the other. So it was helpful for her. Like she was only a single mama for so long before that person came and helped her. I'm sure she would have been fine on her own, but she was saying how, different things did help. So I will say, for me, I don't think it matters an age limit. However, of course, it could be better when a child is in school, but that's not really gonna be a factor unless your schedule is kind of free. Like if you don't work a 9 to 5 job, because it's just like when we gonna date anyway when a child in school. Because then if anything, when they get out of school, you still gotta tend to them. They got homework. Unless they in the after school program, you going right back and jumping into that mode of mother, fatherhood, whichever one it is. If you know, that's why I'm like, I don't think it matters. Because when they in school, I just thought about that when you asked. I'm like, you gonna be coming home? We got to do homework and do all this other stuff. Like,
I just wanted your opinion though.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I didn't think about that until you asked that. I'm like, I never really thought about that. Not to say I would want to date. I just don't think it's a time limit, me personally.
Because like you said, like, because most people work 9 to 5. You're gonna be working when your child's in school. You got to work with their schedule. Mm-hmm. It's no longer they work with you.
Yeah.
Well, until after, because I know when I was in school, my mom, we always got to go to the grocery store after school. I'm like, bro, I'm trying to go home and play the game. What is we doing?
Yeah, that's why I'm like, I don't even, like, even my mom, like, I want to actually talk to her now that you brought that up. Like, were you able to? Because my mom has been, like, single since I can remember. As far as I know, her and my dad were together for a second, but I don't remember her dating. So I wonder, did she ever make time to do that? I feel like when they start to get older, it can be even harder. I feel like people that have
Who is it harder on?
It can be harder on, I would think, the mom, because again, if you work in the same time your child is in school, by the time your child get out of school, then you're tending to them. So how can you make the time to date?
But I'm saying, like, when they're older, like in high school, do you think it's harder? I would think I thought it'd be easier.
Yeah.
I think I didn't mean to cut you up, but I think it'd be harder for like the child to come to terms of like, okay, this might be my stepfather, this might be my stepmother.
Yeah.
It's all situational with that too, depending on how that child grew up and everything. I think it'd be harder on them.
Yeah.
Because they're at the time they're getting their license and be able to drive and do whatever, they start to form their lives, and now you're able to free up some of your time. Okay, now I have time to actually go meet somebody and connect with somebody, because you have to establish a friendship first. I just read that today. I think your mom posted that.
Probably.
She posted or reposted something like that. Like, you have to establish a friendship with somebody before you do the relationship, which you would think that's common sense, but there's so many, and I think that's, I can't say the reason, but it's a reason why we might have so many these broken families out here. There's no real connection. You're trying to force this relationship with somebody, and it's not going to work out like that.
Yeah, no, that's true. I've been hearing that a lot lately. Like, I've been hearing that so much the last, I give it a couple months, not even 6 months. They're like, friendship before marriage. And I never really thought about that and reflected on my dating history. I will say we probably moved too fast where we didn't get a chance to really have a friendship. Like, and when I say friendship, I don't think people think getting to know somebody is like, oh, what's your favorite color? What's your favorite food? Like, I mean a friendship like how I can call my homegirl and like talk to her and vent. She'll probably give me her opinion on it, can give me some advice, like stuff like that. Like, people don't do that and like have those moments of, let's say, problem solving with each other and this, that, and the other as friends. So then you can know kind of already when stuff come up in a marriage, because they was helping me with this, that, and the other, probably even just during our friendship. Not to say y'all got to be helping each other with crazy problems and stuff, but being able to just even go to them, just talk on a regular conversation, like, versus just always talking about, I don't know. I can't even give an example of
like when they're in the talking stage.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, those conversations are definitely different. Like, you're really, it's self-explanatory. I feel like people know what they talk about when they are, and it's not just being able to like call up and just, hey, I feel like it just depends, that too, because I know some people who was like, oh yeah, we were friends first. A lot of people just don't do that, I don't think either.
So then when do you get to a point that you want to go forward into what we call talking stage or into dating? How do you transition that? See, because me personally, I don't really have a dating history. Yeah. I've only really had just talking stages. So I don't know how does that happen?
I would think, this is me saying I would think, because like in my case, it was kind of talking, but dating, if that makes sense. Like,
no, because I had that too. Well, okay. I thought it was like we were going into dating, but then the other person didn't see it that way. But it felt so clear, to be. But that's something else.
Yeah, no, but I get what you're saying. That's why I'm like, intentions should be clear where
from the beginning.
Yeah, like, or even let's say y'all talking as friends, right? After a certain point, you would probably just ask the question like, hey, I'm wondering, like, you know, would you be interested on going on a date with me? Now, if we're just talking as friends, I ask you that question and you tell me no, then I can't be offended, because that's the case. I guess we really hadn't been dating this whole time. We just been talking as friends. That's what I would think.
Look at mom trying to sneak in the background.
I wouldn't even know if you ain't saying nothing. She was definitely tiptoeing. We go. Yes. But yeah,
you come back through.
But yeah, that's what I would think. Like, that should be. I'ma always assume that we're talking, unless you have made it clear that we're gonna start dating. That's what I would think.
I would think that too.
But
a lot of our generation don't think that way.
No, that is true. Soon as I was talking about this with somebody, I was like, soon as you start quote unquote talking to somebody, people be like, so are we in a relationship? Like, dang, we just started talking. Like, we haven't even really like been able to build that bond before you thinking like this is it. Like, oh, you can't talk to nobody else. Or that's why I was watching another video of this guy. He was like, I always told women that I took out, like, you can do whatever you want to do. I'm like, I don't know about that, but I guess if you tell them like, hey, you can go and date other people.
Yeah, so where do you draw the line at? Like when you, because it's a weird term with our demographic. Like, it's like, what is a talking stage? What is that? Isn't that just dating? But if you're just dating, then that means you're just dating this person. So if you do go and like talk to other people, like, is that bad? But you're not committed though, because if you're in a relationship, you're in a relationship.
Right.
If you're dating, you're just going on dates, just trying to get to know each other. So then what is a talking stage?
That, let's say, for example, you meet somebody at a poetry slam and like y'all cool, y'all enjoyed each other.
It sounds like her dream date right there. No, like that came clean out of nowhere. What is the poetry slam?
No, I love poetry, but I'm thinking about somebody else who I know met that way, like a YouTube couple I follow.
Okay.
So they met at a poetry slam. So I'm like, I guess I could just use their situation. Actually, that's kind of probably where I was
just trying to be funny, y'all. I'm sorry. I ruined the moment.
No,
go ahead.
No, but that's funny because, I mean, I love poetry. I need to actually try to find one. But they had just became friends for real. So they just became friends, and like he was dating, she was dating people. Like, they would talk to each other about like the problems they had going on in their relationships, blah, blah, blah. And then it got to a certain point. He was like, I think I like her. And that's what happened from there. He was I think they weren't talking. They were just friends. And then after a certain point, they probably started dating. So the problem is, talking and dating in our generation, like, talking is not a real thing. What is that?
Right.
That's what I think. And
it's so ingrained into our culture that
it's weird
that now you can't get out of it. What is a talking? I feel like we at first, like, the talking stage and dating meant the same thing. But then now people have separated that, because I like to think of it in like steps, right? Like, you first meet that person at that initial meeting point. then you guys are friends, and then you would go, okay, dating. This is before it's talking stage. Then it'd be dating. Then you're in a relationship.
Yeah.
Then you go on to that point of marriage, and that's the end of it.
Yeah.
Now we have put something in between talking. I mean, in between dating and friends, called this talking stage.
Yeah, that's not a thing.
That's how I like to think of how it works. It's like a kind of like a timeline. But like, it's like, yeah, that doesn't exist. That's not real.
Yeah.
What is talking stage?
I hate that. That's a thing.
It's like people. I see different things online. I be on TikTok all the time.
Yeah. TikTok is.
I know.
Addiction. It's an addiction for our generation.
And some people say it's like you just kind of flirting, but not really committing to what you saying, and then. I don't know. I just know concrete. I mean, I bet there's one on Urban Dictionary or something. Like,
for real. Yeah, like,
look it up.
What's the talking stage? What is the definition of it? Oh no, I can't look it up. Well, we gotta. Cause did you even record on my other phone so you had a background?
I was gonna ask Mom to do it low key, but now she gone.
Yeah,
we could just take. I'll fix it. I'll fix it.
But. My nose is running, y'all. Excuse me. They gonna see me in the video. Keep talking about.
I didn't put the I didn't give. I gave you the Wi-Fi code.
No, you didn't. You shared it. This
is something else. I just
You never told it to me. You said you was gonna go to your notes, but you never.
Look. Hold on. I got the receipts right here. Look, this is the code. I sent you the code.
Oh, I didn't know that you texted to me. I didn't know that. That was my fault. You didn't say I texted to you.
I did.
No, you did.
Okay. All right.
I don't remember you saying that you texted.
Okay.
What's the talking stage?
It's a talking stage. To Urban Dictionary. I like Urban Dictionary because it's like the Gen Z way of describing things. But it says when two people basically flirt and start feeling each other, and they are just slowly getting into a relationship.
Oh my God.
Me and her are just talking stage.
It's stupid. It's pointless. The talking stage.
Oh, and this was here in 2017. So it's ingrained. Like, it's too late now.
Yeah.
But that's not a thing. That's called dating.
Yeah. And I feel like that's the confusion with why people will mess around in the talking stage where one person, like you said, I think that we're kind of more so dating, but the other person doesn't. And then you look up and be like, oh, like it was just me that was feeling this way. But you was basically flirting with this person. Why wouldn't you kind of think that that's like they're not interested?
You know what I think it is? I think it's people's scared of commitment. There's a lot of people scared of commitment. And so they invented this stage so that's like, I don't have to put myself all the way out there.
Yeah, one foot in.
And one foot out, 1 foot in. Yeah. So I don't get hurt all the way. But at the end, people still getting hurt.
Yeah, definitely. That's literally the video I was watching last night. This man was saying how he was dealing with a heartbreak, and him and the person wasn't even technically in a relationship, but they was in that they was really dating for real. And he was just like, people get hurt, and especially in his case, he was like, men get hurt too. Women do that nowadays just as much as men. Like, we always want to say this and the other about men, but we out here.
You hear that, ladies? the 100% demographic ladies, women hurt men just as much.
Yeah.
But on that note, we gotta pause real quick. We will be right back. Commitment of real relationships, but I think it really kind of stems from like a real problem of like broken homes, because they see their parents, they didn't stay together, so they're scared of that happening to them. That's my theory.
That's actually good though. Like, that's a good theory, because again, if you don't see that, if you don't see a good healthy example, it's kind of hard to want to strive for that.
Right.
Like, so when you in that talking stage, it's like, I kind of like you, but I don't, that's I feel like it's not only just that, it's something with this generation where,
You know what else it is, and I just thought of
what?
it's because you people just like to like.
You people, you cut up on them today. Go ahead, tell them how you feel.
No, but it's like all people want is like not a lot of people. Is that, and like not people like a lot of people don't want like the real thing. Like they just want to like hook up and that's it, or like that's their definition of a relationship. Yeah, that's it, just hooking up and that's it, and then eventually somebody's gonna catch feelings. Eventually that's gonna happen, and then someone's gonna get hurt. Mm-hmm. And then, like we were saying the last episode, hurt people. It's just a cycle of that. It's a lot of that. It's a lot of broken families that people can't emulate. They can't. Yeah. They don't see themselves in that.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, when you said they want to just like hook up and stuff, it's kind of what I was talking about my friend the other day, which is not just our generation. It's like a wide gap of like not understanding the concept of marriage. Yeah. So relationships, that's that to people. That's the reason why people live together and they're not married, all of that stuff. And since it's that confusion, that's another reason why people they halfway talk and date, because I mean, to them, they like, yeah, even if I hook up with you and stuff, I don't even really gotta like you like that. It's somebody else I can mess with anyway, right, or that I'm already low-key talking to. Yeah. I probably haven't hooked up with them, but I'm kind of done and off you, so I'm about to go hook up with this person.
I think, what were you going to say?
Oh, no, I was going to say, versus if you got married, then you can't be leaving people like that. Like, people, once they make that commitment, I mean, divorce is a thing, but that's why I'm like, so many people don't even want to get to that like marriage part anyway. That's all I'm saying.
And I was about to say that. I think people like scared of that title.
Yeah.
They're scared of the title, and they're scared of the commitment that it comes with. That's real. That you have is just this one person for the rest of your life. I think people are scared of that. I think I think our generation really scared of commitment, which I don't get why.
Yeah. I mean, at that point, you're basically
married at that point if you're just living together.
Especially.
That's and you got kids. You're already married. Just go ahead and go to the courthouse.
Yeah, please. Please. At this point, I was telling her that. I'm like, I just don't understand what's people like. What's the thing with that? You might as well. You're doing that. You're acting like a wife, and you don't have a ring on your finger. You don't have his last name, but you acting like that. You making sure the house is together, especially like you said, if you got kids and stuff. And that's a whole nother thing. Especially, please don't tell me it's more than one. He still hasn't got down. I mean, of course, it's those situations and those people that got those stories, and I get it. But that cycle, I really hope that cycle start breaking. Like,
and then there's the flip side of it too. People getting married too fast.
Yeah.
I've seen in just the past 3 weeks, like 3 of my classmates are married.
Like, actually,
married, like with rings.
Oh wow!
That's why I say it's a flip side to it too.
Yeah,
it's you're moving too fast, and you're not committed at all.
Yeah.
It is crazy to me. We talked about a little bit in the last one, because I remember mentioning that I ran into one of my classmates and I saw the ring on his hand, I saw on Facebook. I'm like, oh, dude is married.
Like. Married. Yeah.
And have kids and houses and everything. I said, one, how are y'all affording this?
Yeah.
In this economy, I'm staying here till the wheels fall off. I can't do it unless this blow up like that. And even then, we're still in mama house.
Yeah. That's all.
Like, no.
Stupid. No, but I hear you on the too fast. Like, that's all. Like, I was just in a, like, I think me and my friend went out to like lunch or something or whatever.
Who is this friend that?
Listen, she really wise. You need to bring her on.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, I'm gonna ask her. She actually. That's why I'm like, I don't even know how I came up or whatever. And I know she, wouldn't mind me sharing this, but it's just like we were just talking about different things as far as like. You don't want to wait too long though either. So like that's the thing. You will be in a relationship with somebody, okay, moving fast, like that's a whole nother story. It's just like you you didn't put a ring on this person's finger. It's just like, do y'all even really know each other for real? Like, people be the whole love at first sight thing, and it's deeper than love. Like, I want you to definitely love the person that you're with, but it's deeper than that. What is y'all paths and y'all being together gonna look like with y'all walk on earth? Like, what's the purpose for real?
Right.
Everything has to have a purpose for real. So, but I ain't waiting too long. I'm sorry.
What is too long for you?
Oh no, we was like being funny talking about people that been in like 10 years.
Oh, okay.
Like, that's ridiculous.
I can see that. I can see that, because I'm over it like, well, what about, like, even though I don't think this happens a lot anymore, like high school sweethearts that get married, that don't happen a lot anymore. Not like back in the day.
No, that's because they get this whole thing now, like, from what I've seen, like, oh, go out and live your life, you know? So it's like, high school sweethearts, y'all in high school, so people will tell people nowadays, and the ones that I've seen, like, y'all don't really know yourselves yet to be trying to be with each other and stuff like that. But that's why I'm like, sometimes people, sometimes
they know, and some kids are like more mature.
Yeah.
It all varies from person to person. But like, I was just watching the TikTok the other day. There's this dude who go around, he interview old people, like 70s and up. The 75-year-old woman was like, go live your life in your 20s. Like, go live your life. But I'm like, what does that mean to that person? To her, that meant like, yeah, you go date and go travel and stuff like that. Go like live your single life.
Right.
I'm not saying don't be out here fornicating like that. We here at Big Al Speaks do not condone that behavior. There's gonna be a disclaimer down there.
Yeah.
But
that's the last thing, please. That's all. Like,
and don't be a heartbreaker out here.
Yeah, don't go
breaking people's hearts. But it's still like, yeah, you should like date.
Yeah.
To get to know and just to learn like different perspectives. I think one of the biggest things about life is learning about perspective.
Yeah. Everything is about perspective, because the way I see something, you might not see it the same way. So I want to see what you think about it.
And then you have to know that people are not just one dimensional. Like, different women have different views and different ways about themselves, how they carry themselves.
Yeah.
I think I learned that a lot like last year. Even though I knew that initially, but like just like really experienced that, because I did kind of date more. And just learning like, okay, she likes to do it like this. Oh, this one likes to do it like this. It's just so interesting to me. Like, if in another life, I said I will always do something with psychology, because I like just the way.
That's crazy. I love psychology.
People think. Like, why do you think of this way? Or that's that way. Like, I love to go on YouTube and just read comments of like what people think about this song or this video or something.
I stay in the comments. I have to look at the comments when I'm on different things too. But yeah, no, that what you said as far as how everybody move different, that's why it is good to see what exactly you want to, that you like and want to deal with. Because you might not want to deal with that.
Yes, deal with how much you can deal with something. Forever. And yes, forever. How much can you deal with somebody? Because there is no, I don't know if I can say that. There's no such thing as like the perfect person.
Nobody's perfect.
There might be a perfect to you, but there's always going to be some flaws that you have to deal with. And like she said, learning what you can deal with.
Yeah, because everybody can't deal with everything. Please,
and it's always like, there's got to be a level to how much you could deal with something. That's something else I learned too.
Yeah, no, that one I learned, and that's why I'm like, oh yeah, nah, I can't deal with certain stuff. I'm sorry. Like, I'm so glad. Like, last year, 2022, that was that year for me. I'm like, oh yeah, somebody else got to do it. Get somebody else.
Get somebody else to do it.
Get somebody else to do it. It won't be me. I can't deal with that. And that's you. I'm not trying to change you. I'm not trying to change nobody. That's not my job here at all. My job is to do what I need to do, get closer to God, hope that you're doing the same thing. And if what you're doing is making me honestly get further away from God because it's too much and it's making me, I can't do it. That's more so I feel like that was my experiences. It was like, I seen that recently. It was just talking about how people should make you want to get closer to God and like your purpose. I mean, you should already kind of know your purpose, but
that's not true too, though, because there's a lot of people. That's one of my topics too. I was gonna say, like, a lot of people in our 20s don't know what they want to do.
I mean, that's why it's good to what I've seen and what I've heard. It's good to kind of know what you want to do, at least have an idea of it, even if you're not really fully walking into it. You feel me? Like, you have an idea and know what you want to do, because that's how you're able to find that person that's gonna walk on that path with you. Like, y'all purposes would
do you find that person, or does that person find you?
Y'all can run into each other.
No, but I'm saying, like, God sends you people.
Yeah.
So like, when you are walking in your purpose, everything just gonna come to you as long as you walk into, you know, according to God's plan and to what He's saying. You go according to that purpose. These things will be added to you.
Yeah.
That relationship, that job, that whatever your heart desires.
When you're doing it, and you're doing it because, like you said, God's will and His plan. Once you following that and allowing, like, whatever you feel, like, your heart desires, like, that's different, but you're not doing stuff on your own will, like, that you know probably you shouldn't be doing.
Right.
Like, if you know you're not supposed to be doing that, and let's say whatever you're doing, you out somewhere, you know you're not even supposed to be doing that, you running into somebody that you think is going to be your man, and then years down the line, you trying to figure out why you're depressed and you're sad and stuff. That's because you've been dealing with that person that you shouldn't have been dealing with if you wouldn't have never met them when you went to that place you shouldn't have been going.
Right.
Like,
right.
That's how people be getting caught up. That's just my experience, and that's what I've seen. I'm like, when you're doing what you're supposed to do in life anyway, you're going to run into the right people. Friends, relationships, all of that. Like, whatever it is, that's what I'm learning, for real.
You know something? I listened to this podcast recently, and they were saying, you know how we always kind of complain, like, oh, we got to go to work and then go do this. Yeah. And life kind of just seems like just a constant hamster wheel. This podcast I listened to, they kind of broke it down. I never really thought about it like that. Like, Jesus did 30 years of just regular human stuff. Yeah. Jesus went to work. He had friends. He ate. He got tired. Like, he had a human life before he started the ministry. And that just was like kind of mind blowing to think about, because we always think about Jesus as like, which he is, you know, this savior. But when he was here on earth, he just did a regular life. Yeah. Like, I know Jesus was like, oh my gosh, I got to go to work again. Man. And then we complain about, oh man, we got to go back to work and do this 9-to-5 stuff. I just find that interesting. I just wanted to share that. Yeah,
no, that is true, and you never know. He probably was complaining, and then God was like, and he was like, you know what? Okay,
you're right. He was like, you know what? Yeah, you're right. All right,
just did what he had to do. And some people, they be complaining so long. That's why they look up and they, you know, let's say how he did it for 30 years. You look up and you 40 and 50 still miserable, probably plus, but that's because the first 30 years, the whole time he was complaining, that's instilled in you now. So now that's all you want to keep doing is complaining, versus if you just did what you need to do, and you might have went through some stuff that you ain't really want to go through for real, but you never know. But it, you know, that hard work probably was going to add to something, like you said, that was supposed to be his purpose when he actually started doing what he was doing. But people spend too much time complaining. That's what I think. That's what I'm trying not to do no more. I hate complaining.
Yeah, I'm trying not to do that either. That's one of those, not like a resolution, like a mini resolution. Yeah. Not really a resolution. That's like something you should do every day. Yeah. I don't like the idea of resolutions. I do, but I don't. Because I feel like you don't need to wait till January 1st to start doing something new, trying something new, or doing something you were supposed to be doing anyway. You can start that December 31st. Like, you know. Yeah.
I ain't make one.
I ain't make one either. I got like an internal one out, like, but I've been thinking about it like all the time. Like, okay, we're gonna do this, and this. Yeah. But yeah, I don't like the idea of resolutions for real. But I was gonna segue that into like what I was saying earlier about the 9-to-5 versus the entrepreneurship, and how a lot of people, like, I'm young. I'm 22, about to be 23 this year. You're 20.
about to turn 24 and
Kobe.
Yeah.
Rest in peace.
In a couple weeks. My birthday is the 25th.
Okay.
Yeah.
What day is that?
I think it's like a Wednesday. It's a Wednesday.
That's odd.
Yeah, I'm not doing nothing. I am having a hustle night. If this gets, posted before that, it only probably might be a couple days before that. I don't know. But I'm having a hustle night for my birthday, kind of a deal. It's going to be January 20th. So, yeah, that's going to be fun. That's really all I'm doing. I'm not doing nothing this year because it's, again, the middle of the week. People going to be at work.
But, dang, what was I saying?
We were talking about the 9 to 5.
Yeah. I was saying, a lot of us are tired of going to work, and
already.
We haven't even, gotten 10 years in.
Yeah.
And already want to do, no, I'm about to start my own business, man. I'm about to do my own thing. It's not as easy as people make it sound. When people want to try to do entrepreneurship, they don't understand that you're giving up, instead of 8 hours, you're doing 24.
Oh, yeah. Double, triple the work.
You're doing
in a day.
And I haven't even done a full entrepreneurship thing. I be doing, the pictures and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And that alone, having to you're doing 5 people's jobs.
Yeah.
You had to book your clients. Then you gotta show up to the event. You gotta edit the pictures, do the promotion, marketing, all that. That's 4 people's jobs.
Yeah.
And I don't think people understand that once they're taking on that role. I can understand it was a family thing. Your family owned the restaurant, the family owned business. I can see that. But you wanted to start something from the ground up. I don't know how people do clothing. When they be making clothes. And they do it by themselves, and they have to go design. If they do the shirt press or the stitch, where they had the machine that stitches it.
Yeah, I forgot the name of that one, but I know what you're talking about.
And people gotta go on the computer, print out all the packaging labels, put them on the packaging, ship them all out, market the stuff online, make a website, making a website. Instagram page, all this stuff, it's a lot of other people's jobs. It's so 5 people's jobs you're doing. I don't think people really understand entrepreneurship as well. Yeah. And they think you could just, I'm not doing that. Quit the job, and they think it's gonna blow up right away. Stuff like that takes a minute.
I'm about to say that's luck. Not luck.
No.
It might be what's my saying? I say I'm not. That's a song. But
you can just say, I be going song lyrics too.
I was about to say, the song is called I'm Not Lucky, I'm Loved by Jonathan McReynolds. But, then I don't want to make people feel bad if they stuff that take off that they're not loved.
No, because, I think what people getting messed up at, they just quit their jobs.
Oh, yeah.
They just quit their jobs in general, and they just say, okay, we're going to do this business.
Yeah, don't hope it's going to take off like that, and that you're not going to put in more work.
Because you're gonna lose a lot of money.
Yeah,
in the beginning, you're gonna lose a lot of money right away before you make your money back. Mm-hmm. And I think that's why I always say, with me, I don't do it regularly, but I'm okay, maybe I'll do this if I have the time to go do said event or something. You should always just do it a part-time thing until that money is making more than this money at your regular 9 to 5.
Yeah.
But really the goal is to just be making money while you sleep. That's the goal. When you could just have money just come in your account. When you
residual income?
I think it's residual income.
I think that's what it is. I'm pretty sure that's what it is.
It's something like that when you have with photography and stuff, they have these things called LUTs. It's essentially filters. You get filters. So when you're editing, you put a LUT on there. Yeah. It's essentially a filter, but I forgot what LUT stands for. But you put that on there, and it's digital assets you could buy, and you could just download them. And you put them so I edit through Lightroom, Adobe Lightroom, and you just put the LUTs on there. But what I'm saying that to say is because that's residual income as well. People could buy it anytime. You just getting money in your account, stuff like that. If you want to do business, and then nowadays it's a lot of stuff is oversaturated. Most of the markets are oversaturated. Podcasts are oversaturated now. YouTube, maybe YouTube channels are still kind of going, but TikTok is kind of going a little bit more. So I'm saying
it's everything now to people. I swear people say
no, but it is because why would Instagram copy off of it?
Yeah.
Why would Facebook copy off of it? Why would YouTube copy off of them?
Yeah, when they got the shorts, I'm like,
No.
oh my God. That's why I'm like, I'm okay with just, I spend a lot of my time on TikTok now too. And I'm okay with that. At first I was like, I don't want to be one of them people, but I'm one of them people and it's okay.
I don't like to be the one of them people because they really do shorten your attention span. I have noticed that.
Yeah. I will literally, yeah, we're not even going to talk about that. I'll be
we'll get that in another episode. But what I'm saying is like, it's cool to start up your business. Like, I'm not gonna tell nobody don't follow your dreams. I would never tell anybody
just
that.
Do it on the side, like you said. Do it part-time.
Do it part-time. Take it slow, because it's not as glamorous as people bring it up to be.
Yeah.
You know,
that was me. When I started my business,
talk about your experience.
Yeah, I was really big on like, all right, I'm about to just jump and dive right into it. So I got my LLC. And I got my LLC last year in April.
See, that's easy. Actually, no, it's not. Trying to find that website is so hard. Oh. It was so hard for me to find that. Like that.
Like the right one? You said?
Yeah, the right one.
See, I went through somebody that I know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so they did the stuff for me.
Oh,
and
no.
I had to pay them and stuff.
Oh, no, I went on the government website.
Oh, yeah, no.
I went on there and I paid the government for the name.
Yeah.
And
that's like they did all of that work for me. So that's not like I had to pay them a fee for doing all of that. But
oh my God,
I didn't do that myself. Oh wow, yeah, no, I didn't do that. I didn't do that. I found somebody who did it technically. I already knew that she did. It was my sister Jasmine. And
shout out to Jasmine.
Oh yeah, Jasmine. I'm like, Jasmine, do that stuff. So yeah, she made my LLC, sent me my paperwork. Here you go. And after that, I thought it was gonna like take off for some reason. It's just so much on the back work. So I teach dance classes. My business is called Dancing with the Twist. The twist is, most of the times we have a little something to sip on. And I also teach, after school programs and stuff like that. Of course, there's something to sip on. We don't promote underage drinking. That's for 21+ for my actual classes that I do at a studio. And
so do you rent out like the space?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
So of course, if I'm not making profit, if I can max out at least, not max, what is it called when you just like make your money back? If I can at least
get your profit back.
Yeah.
I
can't think of the word.
I don't know the term.
I'm like, I can't think of the right term, but if I can at least match what I put in, I'm just breaking even.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
So I'm like, at least if I break even, go. But if I don't even break even, it's just like it's always a loss, if that makes sense.
How many? Yeah, I understand. I understand. Then you're putting more money into it than what you're getting out.
Yeah.
And then you get discouraged, like, man, what am I even really doing this for?
That's how I felt. That's how I started to feel, honestly. And that's why I'm like, I gotta, book the studio. I actually gotta, make up the dance. So it's not like I'm getting paid to make up the dance in my free time to then actually teach it. In my case, I do bring wine to the class, cups, all of that little stuff. Like, it's little stuff, but it adds up. And that's the little stuff people don't think about, where it's like, you just probably breaking even. Like, are you making profit, and are you making profit that's livable? Probably not, especially not in the beginning. So I'm glad that I have like outside work that I do, and God just been making a way. I promise you that. Because I'm like, I really thought it was going to take off, and it did not do what the girls thought it was going to do.
We're going to get into that in a second. Last thing on the entrepreneurship. I'm guilty of it too. We turn a lot of our like hobbies into jobs.
Yeah. Like,
I love doing this stuff and everything, but if this was to make a certain income and then I was expected, then I'd be like, oh my gosh, we got to do what?
Yeah.
And then you start to lose the love for that thing that you did before. Now that you made this your job. But some people be like, no, I still love to do this. So I guess it depends on the person, but I just feel like a lot of people don't understand the reality of entrepreneurship for real.
Yeah. If you think it's gonna make you some real money, it's probably not from jump. Like,
not from the jump, and
it's not gonna take off like that.
And it also, of course, depends on what market you're doing. Mm-hmm. Because podcasts I showed you earlier, we got almost $5. Yeah. We got $5 from that ad. So make sure you stream these episodes.
Oh yeah.
Apple, Spotify. We're on Amazon now. I had to get Amazon. I thought I had that before.
Yeah.
But now Amazon, like music and stuff, is starting to go up.
Yeah, because I actually pay for that on my Prime account. So I need to actually start listening to us on Amazon too.
And that's cool because look, because you could do the Prime Video.
Yeah.
You could do, you already got Prime. You do the podcast music.
Yeah, I'm like, I need to take advantage of that because I pay for it. So they be sending me this stuff all the time, like, hey, make sure you check in with your app, with Amazon Music and stuff. I'm like, I'm about to. I pay for it. So yeah, I definitely commend people who quit their jobs. Some of them are blessed. I don't want to say luck. Like some of them are blessed. Like I know a couple people who stuff like took off, but you want to make sure it don't take off for us at a reason.
And this, like I said, this is not to discourage anybody or to tell anybody not to follow their dreams. But I'm just saying, take it with a grain of salt.
Yeah.
Don't die unless God told you to. Go ahead and quit your job and do what you're supposed to do. Don't do it.
Yeah, don't do it on your own will. As soon as you said that about God, if you get a sign, you hear multiple people saying this, that, and the other, dive in, do what you're supposed to do. But if it's just you saying, I'm tired of working, I'm tired of going to work, and this, that, and the other, I'm about to figure out something to do on my own. Like, did you get
when people
sign?
and when people get in that mood, especially these people, black people, oh man, well we be ready to quit. We ready to quit.
Yeah.
But then you be like, let me go ahead and stop being dumb and come on, let me get back to work.
Okay.
I got bills.
Yeah. Got bills to pay. Go and make that good money. So, definitely not to discourage anybody, but go after your dreams. But, I seen something. It was like, make your 9 to 5 pay for it until you start making the money it's supposed to.
Yeah, I heard that too.
Yeah. If your 9 to 5 ain't paying for it, then you just coming out of pocket, and you better hope that you got a lot of money in your pocket where you're not just
some money in your savings.
So,
or like you do like the, what they call it, the 50, 30, 20 rule. When it's like 50% goes to like, actually I'll just look it up because I don't remember, but it's like a plan on how to save.
Yeah, I need that plan. I used to do good with saving. I blame everything on COVID. After COVID happened.
So 50% is spending on your needs, 30% is on your wants, and 20% is to your savings.
Shoot, I used to put more than that on the savings. If you do that, that's the minimum.
But I was gonna say, like, you could, probably flip it any way you want to.
Yeah, I mean,
everybody's needs is different. You have a child, so that's the biggest need.
Literally, that's why everything is still. I always say everything is situational. Everything. So it's different for everybody.
Well, on that note, we will be right back talking about Courtney's new job.
Oh. Yeah.
Oh, unless you don't want to.
Oh, no, we can talk about it.
Okay. All right, we're back again.
We're back. So what we was talking about was the jobs. With that being said, right now my 9 to 5 job is something new that I'm really excited to do.
Clap it up for Courtney's new job. Oh, that's the wrong one. Okay.
Yes, I'm so excited, y'all, and all glory to God, because I've been saying, I'm like, I knew I wanted a certain type of job. I wanted to make a certain amount of money, and it came through. I'm like, thank you, God. And what's crazy about that is you've been hearing it probably at church too. Like, what you have is, you already got it. You just got to put the work in, basically, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, the job that I got is something that, like, it's always kind of, like, been around. Like, I've always known about it. I just have to take the time to apply, basically.
Oh.
I could have had the job a year ago. You
know?
Like, we're not going to talk about it. But that's why I'm like, what you have sometimes.
What? I need to know. What's the job? What is
the job? I'm a health and wellness facilitator. So I go into schools and I teach about various topics on health and wellness. And I actually work through the Black Caucus Foundation. So
Okay.
yeah, that's all. Like, we love Black Power.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Okay, that's still the wrong one. I'm just gonna give up.
Look, I'm excited, but I'm really excited because I know I'm gonna be learning stuff too. So
So wait, with this job, did you had to have a degree with this job?
Oh no.
How did you get the job? What? It's just.
I was about to say.
Like, what is your job experience that you could get a job that you could teach kids of health and wellness?
Well, sometimes it's nothing but favor.
I mean, I completely understand that. I completely understand that, but
well, I mean, what helps me is that I'm actually in school to study psychology. So that is, when you mentioned psychology, I was like, I just never got a chance to like go back into it, but I love psychology. That's always what I wanted to study in school. So of course they look at stuff like that, like, oh, this is what you're studying. So like you already have an interest in it. And then of course I was able to use, in my interview and stuff, like I've always cared about health and wellness. That's the reason why I teach dance classes, because it's not just about, oh, we're just dancing around. It's the fact that it's a proven fact that dancing helps with like your mental health, and like of course it's physical fitness, so you're moving around. So health and wellness is something that's very, like, it's close to my heart. Like I love like that topic and stuff that concerns that. So I feel like that helped for sure. Like if I was just randomly doing something and studying something totally opposite, they might not be quick to be like, oh yeah, we want to bring you on a team. But that's basically what I do on a day-to-day. Like that's something I love. So yeah.
Well, congratulations. Oh, I hope this the one. Yeah.
We lit. That's why I'm so excited. I start Monday, and what I love kids. So all of my history, a lot of my job history, I work with kids for real.
So, was this elementary school or middle school?
Middle school to high school.
Oh,
yeah.
Transition phase.
Right.
Transition phase.
That's all. Like that whole. But we should see how it go.
What's the dress code? What you gotta wear?
I don't know. That sounds like my first day.
You don't know.
My first day is Monday.
They ain't give you like blue shirt, khaki pants.
I mean,
whatever shoes.
I'm a teacher, so like how most teachers dress.
I don't know. Them new age teachers be dressing. They be having them. You ever see them on TikTok? Them new age teachers, they be having them fits on. Boy, they be having. They got it on. They missed it. They missed it. Put it on.
When they 20 years in, they're not gonna be doing all of that.
I know. I would. I'm dressing. I'm be flyer than all of them. Oh, you got the new what? No, you don't know about these.
That's why I'm like, I ain't gonna be coming in there looking like, No,
but I would just have like some like a collar shirt.
I would say
some Can you wear jeans? I never really see teachers wear jeans.
But I don't like jeans, so I'm not wearing jeans. But people I feel like can wear jeans.
You don't like jeans?
I hate jeans.
That is true. I never seen Courtney wear jeans.
Now
I'm like thinking about it.
I hate jeans so much. Like I hate the material. Like if they could put cloth in the inside of jeans.
Even like the stretchy ones. Like you just not feeling them.
I mean, the stretchy ones are okay, but I mean, are those really jeans? Those are like the jeggings when we went through that jegging phase.
But no, but I'm saying like they have kind of the material, but they could just stretch more.
I don't like jeans.
All right, Courtney hates jeans. All right.
I do not like jeans. If I have to, like,
I'm gonna be honest. Like I do like jeans, but I'm not gonna wear them for too long. Like, if I'm at this event for all day, then it's like, oh my god,
I'm gonna be irritated. I prefer a good khaki or something.
Like I love my job. I can wear whatever, like literally whatever, and people still choose to wear jeans.
Yeah,
because we wear. Because I work in the paint department. We wear cover-ups. Okay. So you can literally, even if you're not over there, you're over in the other building, you can literally wear whatever you want to wear.
Why would you want to wear jeans?
I be seeing people in there with the newest releases. I'm like, you're in here with those?
Oh, yeah. With the paint?
With the paint? Yeah, because...
Oh, y'all...
So it's not like we're painting the car. It's like... So like on the door... On the out, it's essentially we're putting the sealant on the waterproof sealant on the outside of the doors, so water don't get in.
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. I was about to say too, y'all should wear like shoe covers and stuff too.
I mean, some people do, but you just wearing like some throwaway shoes. Like my shoes look. If I show you my shoes, they look ridiculous.
I was to say,
Like, them shoes not going until I see a hole in them boys.
Yeah.
This is kind of bothering me. Hold on 1 second.
What's bothering you?
I ain't flipped the thing.
Oh. Now we used to see it ourselves now.
Rookie mistake.
It's okay. Learning.
But no, congratulations on the job. I'm really happy for you, for real.
Thank you.
And you're gonna inspire a lot of young people to be well and what's that one? Health.
Yeah, take care of their health, but it's also the wellness part. So it's just like, well, what's the definition of wellness?
I was gonna ask that too. Like, what is wellness?
Never mind. So wellness.
No. Because you over here still about this Wi-Fi.
But I'm gonna be doing not only actual things that you should do to have a healthy well-being, but things to live a well life, as in like being confident and, you know, stuff like that. Like, what's the definition?
The state of being in good health, especially as an actively pursued goal.
So, I mean, good health is mind, body, and soul. So it's not just about, let's say, for example, when you think health, you can think what you eat, let's say drinking and drugs, like all of that different stuff. But it's also about your mind. So how we mentioned psychology, that's why it's so important to me, because your mind, the state of your mind is very important as far as how you move on a day-to-day. Like if your mind isn't healthy, like that, like depression, all of that stuff, like that's playing a trick on your mind. So if that's not good, it's hard to function for real.
And that's good nowadays, because a lot of nowadays it's being talked about more, about checking your mental health and going to see therapy. Like, that's becoming normalized. And I'm really glad about that, because, you know, when we were growing up, I never really heard about that. And we're young. Like in high school, I never really heard about check your mental health. What is that?
Yeah.
That's something that got introduced probably through the pandemic, because people had to stay home and sit with their thoughts.
I would say their mind just going. They ain't actually busy distracting themselves.
Yeah, because your job could distract you.
Because then you just come back home. The only thing you think about, oh, I'm tired and I got work the next day, so I'm about to just relax, watch some TV, and chill. But you're not thinking. But every day, not working, thinking. Oh, people was going through it during COVID. People was breaking up, getting divorces. That was actually something too that I was going to talk about, was back when we talk about relationships. Now with the hurt people have so much trauma now where they take that into their next relationship. So that's why I'm like, if your mind not right, like, you gotta heal from that stuff. Like, go see, we were talking about that the last time, like therapy, find out what's the source of the problem, so then you can heal from it. Because if you don't heal from it, you think you good and you start passing that to other people because you didn't heal from that. So now you
didn't fully heal from that.
Yeah, like you kind of noticed it was a problem, but you still doing it. That's not okay. So healing from your past in general, as in, like, you know, when you was younger, all of that stuff, that's a big factor of having like good, healthy relationships too, for sure. Like, you have to make sure you're as healthy as possible, because you and your partner are going to go through, like, stuff is going to come at y'all. Like, everybody talk about how marriages aren't perfect. Like, when you get married, people think, oh, it's just going to be great. Like, no, you're going to go through stuff, but it's best to handle your own stuff when you're single. That's that time for you to heal and go through different things, so you don't bring that into your marriage. That's what I think. I think a lot of people are not taking the time to heal properly.
Yeah, and they think other people can heal them, and that's not right.
Baby, seek God, because I am not that. Seek a therapist. Get somebody else to do it.
I can't save you. I'm sorry.
No,
I can't do it. But going back to your job, so can you talk about God at your job?
No, I don't think so. I don't think they stopped doing that.
I know they stopped doing that, but like, yeah, because, you know,
I don't think
you don't want to force other religions on other people. Don't do that to my kids.
Yeah, I'm like, no, I don't think that I can. The only way you can,
I think you could probably do that if you gave a personal example or something for you. Maybe, and maybe even then that might be too much.
I have to say, I wouldn't. I feel like, excuse me, as long as it's not in a persuading tone.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah, like how we saying like, oh,
So
go to God, talk to God. Like I can't be telling them to do, like I can say because of this, that, and the other. Maybe I didn't go to anybody, but God brought me out of it, and just leave it at that. I can't say. So if you're going through that, seek God. Go, you feel me? Like that's I don't unless you go to like Catholic churches,
right?
And, like religious churches and stuff.
But you're just going to just a regular public school.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it is just that's how I'm like I'm almost and they. If I'm not mistaken, like they give me the different topics and stuff that I'm supposed to talk about. So,
Oh, okay.
Yeah, like they have
you do
template.
Oh, okay. Okay, that's what I was gonna ask. Okay.
Yeah, they have all of that for me. Like they like lesson plans and stuff like that. Like they know what they want.
Oh, so
they
give
the students.
They give you the lesson plans.
Like I plugged in.
That's what I'm saying. Because I know them teachers. They go through it, boy. You had to deal with 30 kids. And make the plans for every day of the school year, and you got to be their counselor, their psychiatrist, their everything. And you just they giving it to you.
Yeah. That's why I'm like I commend teachers.
What school you going to?
Shout out to teachers. That's all. Like,
I'm not. We're not gonna give out the name for privacy reasons.
We ain't gonna give it out, but. Shout out to teachers for real because both my parents are educators and that's a lot. Having to, get paid for real to make all them lesson plans to then go and check all that work, that homework afterwards. I always said that I could never be a teacher, but I technically am. Like that's what I've been doing for real, teaching, whether it's dance classes or not, like what I'm about to do. So I guess I'm a cheating teacher. Not a cheating teacher, but I'm like, I only have to do like half the work.
Oh, okay. Well, again, we are happy for you, Miss Courtney. Did you have anything else you wanted to add?
No.
You went back to that thing you said with the relationships.
Yeah.
You already did that.
Yeah, that's what I'm like.
She got a whole list in her notes of topics, and she just don't want to share them. She want me to use all of mine.
No, it's not that. But that's why I'm like, we was talking about that. That's what it made me think about, oh, yeah, that was one of them because trauma that comes from, having to heal. And
she made me do, I got to be the editor, the producer, the host.
Don't do that because I be asking ahead of time, like, but
we just playing over here. We love Courtney over here. She can share a little bit more.
It's okay. But this was kind of too in my head was like a part 2. I was thinking.
I mean, it kind of is.
Yeah, I'm like, but I don't even think.
But I don't know what to call it.
Oh well, I was gonna say we.
I could always change the name.
You
can always go in and edit the names. Like, you don't have to be like part 1. It could just be that was single mama tips, and then this is I don't know. God be giving me these names for these. I swear he do. I swear.
Yeah.
Like I be at the computer, and then I'll be like, and it just come to me. Like I swear that's how it works. It's so crazy. Like no one can tell me any different.
Yeah. No, God be coming through every time. I swear he be coming through. That's why I'm like, this was a part 2 to the part 1 of the single mama tips, and
it was supposed to be, but I mean, like we talked about a lot. We talked about living in our 20s and how people rush things and
dating nowadays,
just life in general. Why are you getting married at 22?
Listen,
I mean, do you?
I'm about to say I ain't knocking. I'm not knocking. I know people that got married. Like I swear they wasn't even 20 yet. Like I know people that got married like a year after we graduated high school, so it could have only been like 19.
Yeah.
So that's why I'm like, I don't knock anybody. I wish y'all long, healthy,
happy
marriage.
But and what?
That's why I'm like everybody. It's just different for everybody. I think in our time,
go ahead.
It seemed like crazy, but like back in the day, like it was almost like soon as you turned 18, soon as you graduated high school. Like my resident that I take care of, I haven't been taking care of her lately, but she was like,
so you just leaving her?
No, she been in the hospital and stuff. So
dang.
Yeah.
All right.
No, she okay though. She okay.
Okay.
She actually, I gotta call her. She supposed to be getting transferred back to rehab. That's my girl. Hey girl, that's my girl. But yeah, I was talking about hey girl like she go
right.
She is not watching this.
Our demographic is only 23 to 27. Right. We do not have any elders here.
We don't got the 70s in yet. That's how I'm like. I was making a point. she had got married, but she said she got married the day after graduation, if I'm not mistaken.
What was that? 1940?
That's why I'm like, what's the math? I think she was born, 1944.
Quick with it, but
I think she.
Yeah,
was.
it's just the time. It's funny. The times are different, but it's still the same. That makes sense.
Yeah.
45.
Yeah, I think it was 45 then. But yeah, I mean, times are different, and some of them will say like, yeah, like people from that generation, like how you said the 70-year-old lady on TikTok or whatever, probably, or in that generation, that's the generation that feels like go and find yourself, because their generation was kind of like forcing them like, when you turn 18, you gotta get out this house. So I suggest you get married, because who's gonna take care of you, not us.
And then at the same time, that's the generation that tell you, oh, they don't want to work anymore. Don't nobody want to work no more. Don't nobody want to hire no more.
Yeah. But it's crazy. It's a lot of jobs hiring, but they're not giving people enough money for the times that we live in. It's too expensive. That's how you said you're going to be staying here, though.
That's what I'm saying. No.
Because it's expensive out here.
Apartment, just like 1-bedroom apartments are like $2,000 a month.
Man.
What job is giving you that you don't? Even if you have a degree, they're not giving you what you're worth.
They not. And then they want you to make 3 times your rent when you apply to these places. How?
And then they want you to pay to apply to these places. They got the nerve to ask you for like, how much is like $50 for application fee?
Yeah, it's ridiculous.
My grandma could not. She's like, application fee? No, you're gonna show me this apartment.
Yeah, that's what I'm like. It's just so different. Times are so different. I miss when I'm talking about. I never lived in those times when milk and eggs was 10 cents. But
if you could go back, what time would you go live in?
I would want to be in my 20s in the 70s.
In the 70s?
Yeah, I wanted to be in the disco.
Okay. All right.
That's just me. What about you?
I want to be. I would want to be.
Yeah.
70s. Yeah, I want to be my age in 83.
Why 83?
Because that's before like, I don't know. 1984 is like an iconic year, and I want to be there before that. Like everything, like like Michael Jackson and like all that stuff, like booms, like that 80. I love 80s music, so I want to be in the 80s.
That's why I'm like, I think.
But I think 90s would be cool. But it'd be so. I was just thinking the other day, I'm like, how did people get around without?
That's true. I didn't think about that.
Without like Google Maps. Like I know they had maps, but like telling people directions to get to a certain place.
People had a good sense of direction. People don't have a sense of direction.
We don't at all. If I don't have that Apple Maps, it's over.
I do.
Oh, you have a good sense of direction? I have a good
sense of direction. So people need to get it together. People
get it together.
They'll have a good sense of direction. Those are the people I'm scared of when I be on the road. I'm like, they don't know where they going. You can tell. They be get over at the last minute.
No, but like I know like main roads and main freeways. And like if you told me, okay, get off at this exit, but like you just telling me, go to this street, go this street. I'm like, no. Send me the address.
I hear what you're saying.
Look, I got to get it together. Like I'm not trying to excuse myself. I got to get it together.
Yeah.
But no.
No, you get it together with time, with driving this stuff. That's why I'm like, it's just funny because I remember the other day I was driving and somebody put on their blinker to get all the way to the right. And at the last minute, jumped all the way back over to the left. Even if, do you got your GPS on? Do you know where you're going? Because why would you get all the way over to the, and then you got to get back over to make a U-turn? What? I cannot stand people don't know where they're going. Because that could have caused an accident. That's all. Do better, people.
Well, you got any last remarks? Anything you want to say to the people before I do my customer service?
Goodbye.
Yeah.
Cheers to 2023.
Yeah, we didn't.
Yeah. Cheers to 2023.
Cheers.
Like, it's a new year. Have a new mindset. Even if you don't, have those like specific New Year's resolutions and stuff, just have a new mindset with like every day. Take on every day. Do not worry about tomorrow. I can't remember the scripture, but tomorrow has its troubles of its own. Just focus on today. Make today the best day that you can make it. that's kind of, yeah.
And make do with the best, with the stuff that you have.
Yeah.
Make do with what you have.
You already have it.
Like you said, you already had it.
Yeah.
And for some reason, talking about you could apply to the
Oh
job a year beforehand. It wasn't the time.
I was say everything happens for a reason at the right time. That's what I'm realizing too. So I'm grateful for the fact that I have it now. And again, it was one of the things where a week ago, I'm stressing, having really bad anxiety. I felt like it was just like a real bad case of me feeling like, what am I about to do in my life? And then just for at the end of that kind of period to finally be like, oh, let me apply to this job. And then within a week, God just come through every time.
And I talked to a lot of people about that. A lot of people are like that. Anxiety. They don't know what they want to do.
Yeah.
Sometimes you just really have to just try stuff. Maybe if you're not even a believer, you just got to try stuff. See what fits for you.
Yeah. Do something new.
Something out of the ordinary.
Mm-hmm. If you feel like you bored and like work hasn't been, don't quit your job. Just go out here and do research to see what's out here. If you like, remember when I was having a random moment scrolling on like Indeed and stuff. I'm like, it's so much. It really is a lot of stuff out there.
But see, I don't know if I could trust Indeed because they be giving you jobs that you could sign up and be anything. They just had the most like random jobs. I'm like, I'm not qualified for this. This is like a legit position. I'm not qualified to do this.
No, yeah, that's true. After a while, they start giving you stuff that
they give you out the blue. At first they'd be like, okay, here's some restaurant jobs. Here's some office administrative jobs. Oh, you want to be Secret Service for the president? Yeah, you go ahead, sign up right here.
Listen, if they sent me that one, I would have. I love a good. I used to want to work for the FBI.
Oh, for real?
Yeah, I thought that's what I was gonna do.
That's cool though.
Yeah, I thought it would have been. I think it would have been fun, but now that I have a child, like I used to watch Criminal Minds and stuff like that, and when stuff used to happen to people like kids and like husbands or wives or whatever, like now I get it. I'm like, I don't got time for nothing to happen to me or something to like, backfire from me going to do something on like my family.
Oh, okay.
That's the scary part about stuff like that for sure.
Well, on that note, I thank you for watching. Those on YouTube, make sure you hit the subscribe button, like, comment, subscribe. I still don't have an order.
It's okay. Hit that bell.
You post anything on YouTube yet?
No.
Slacker.
No, not yet.
Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon, Google, wherever you're listening, make sure you give this a good rating, 5 stars if you will. 5 stars if you will. Yes. And on that note,
we'll see y'all next time.
We'll see y'all next time.
Yes.
I got to get this ending together. I don't have I don't have a real. I need like some cards or something. I need to write a script for that.
Yeah, it's okay. You gonna work on it. You gonna write it down, practice it, and you ain't gonna need cards because it's gonna like just roll off your tongue. So yeah, it's gonna be okay. We're gonna see y'all next time.
All right. Have a great rest of your week or whatever time, night, day, whatever. I love you. Peace out.